Welcome back to the Peter Brand Uncle Health Initiative podcast. I am your host, Aza Albright Nte, and today we are going to be diving into a topic that is absolutely vital to the fight against breast cancer, which is community support. In this episode, we'll explore what community support means, why it is so crucial for cancer care, and how you can make a difference in the lives of those affected with breast cancer.
And I am Peter Brand. We're really excited about today's discussion because community support is a cornerstone for effective cancer care, most especially with the breast cancer. We'll be discussing on the definition of community support, sharing real-life examples of successful initiatives, and also providing actionable steps on how you can get involved in building a supportive community network.
So let's get started, and we'll be starting with simple questions. What exactly is community support, Peter?
Oh yeah, Albright. Community support refers to a collective effort of individuals and organizations within the community to provide assistance, be it resources and encouragement to those in need. And in the context of cancer care, most especially with breast cancer, this support can take many forms, from emotional and psychological assistance to practical help with the day-to-day tasks of these people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why is community support so important in the fight against breast cancer?
Cancer is more than just a physical battle, most especially taking in the case of breast cancer. It is an emotional, psychological, and sometimes a financial struggle, adding to the fact that some victims go through process of mastectomy, which involves the amputation of one or all the breasts. That is really traumatizing, and that can be overwhelming for the patients and their families. And the community plays a critical role in helping them navigate these challenges. And research shows that patients who have a strong community support are more likely to experience better outcomes, including an improved quality of life and also an increase in the rates of survival.
Okay, so from all what you have said, the impact of community support goes beyond just helping the individual patients.
Absolutely. When communities come together to support cancer patients, the impact extends beyond the individual. It strengthens the social fabric, it fosters empathy, and also builds a culture of care and some kind of solidarity for everyone to benefit from. Yeah.
Now let's look at some inspiring examples of community initiatives that have made a real difference.
Yeah, there are several initiatives throughout the world that have, significantly made a lot of difference and coming together to support those affected by cancer, to more specific, breast cancer, but for all other cancer types. For instance, there is the Work for Hope initiative, which you can know about, or which you may have heard about. That's in Douala, Cameroon. That brought together thousands of participants each year to raise awareness and funds of cancer care. And also, there's one of the striking stories that always, is a point of admiration. This Canadian international by name Terry Fox, who suffered from, cancer. And being a cancer patient, he had his leg amputated, and he used an artificial leg to do a marathon around his country for several kilometers in an attempt to raise funds to help with research towards the treatment and potentially cure for cancer. And he even died while doing that, so it was also some kind of a point of admiration, being a national treasure. And yes, fast forwarding years to date, his legacy has been able to raise several millions of dollars that's been able to go as long or a far way in order to go so deep and further in the research of cures for cancer and potentially better treatment outcomes. So that is something that we can emulate from and actually see by giving hope to the people who are actually victims of cancer. Yeah. So
I must say that's a very fantastic initiative. And closer to home, we have seen similar efforts. Can you share a specific case study, please?
Yeah, sure. Let's take a closer look at the local initiative. I can just talk about Pibohai. This project started as a small group of volunteers in the community, and it has, it's gradually growing to become a source of support to the cancer patients of the grassroots the grassroots community. And they are offering, services such as solidarity visits, going out there and making sensitization campaigns, having young people most especially to engage in the team, which gives a lot of emotional support and hope to those who are affected, because they get to understand that they are not alone, and it really helps them to understand that there is a community, that even in their times of trouble, in their times of struggle, there are
That's
still
right.
people to help them. Yeah.
And the impact of such initiatives can be life-changing. I remember reading a testimonial from one of the participants.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, one of the participants through our solidarity visits actually made mention of the fact that this little initiative made up of young people has been able to help her through her diagnosis of breast cancer. She felt lost and alone, but with the presence of the People High team, she's finding strength with the activities that we engage in, like the Pink Tea Party, the solidarity visits, the music jamboree, and that form of companionship always just gives her that extra hope and push that she's not alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that we have explored the importance of community support, you might be wondering, how can you contribute? Here are a few simple ways to get started.
Yeah, firstly, you can volunteer your time. You can offer your time to local cancer support groups or hospitals in your community. You can also help with organizing events, perhaps providing just transportation, solidarity visits, or just being there to listen to, these cancer patients or victims. Yeah, and it's definitely going to go a long way.
Secondly, start a support group. If there isn't a support network in your area, consider starting one.
Sure.
Even a small group of dedicated individuals
Yeah.
can make a big impact.
Exactly.
So why not start one today?
Exactly. And also we can talk about fundraising campaigns. That's just in case to people who are really in need, and you can basically organize or participate in fundraising events to support, breast cancer care services. And every little bit helps in providing resources and support for these patients, because we are talking about the grassroots community. We are talking about the underserved people. Many of these people become victims and they don't even have the means in order to afford treatment and other related stuff. It becomes a financial burden upon their family. So with all this, it's really important that you can be able to participate in fundraising activities to be able to help them.
Most importantly, raise awareness. Use your voice to raise awareness about the importance of community support. Share stories, spread the word, and encourage others to get involved.
Yeah, and also building a network of support doesn't happen overnight, as we have just said, but within commitment and compassion, it can grow from something small to something very powerful. Basically, just connect with others who share your passion for making a difference and work together to support those in need. Like they say, every initiative must not be something big, but all positive positive efforts directed towards something good is definitely going to be worth it over time.
That's right, Peter. As we conclude today's episode, I challenge each of you to take a step toward building a more supportive community. Whether it's volunteering, starting a support group, or simply reaching out to someone who needs help, your action can make a real difference.
Oh yeah, and if you're looking for ways to get involved, we at the Peter Bryan Uncle Health Initiative are always looking for compassionate volunteers to join our cause, and you can be able to connect with us on email at peoplehigh international@gmail.com. You can learn more about us also on Facebook. You can follow us on Peter Bryan Uncle Health Initiative, and also on Instagram the same. And yeah, we can get connected and see how we can make our world a better place.
Thank you very much, Peter. In our next episode, we'll be discussing the psychological impact of cancer and how patients and their families can navigate the emotional challenges of this journey. Make sure to tune in and continue this important conversation with us.